Hi there, this is a video about torches that are not the canister style, and I wanted to show you this tip before I took it off and switched. This is my Smith little torch with a real long rosebud tip. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got little holes in it up there. Let me zoom in on that. It's a rosebud tip. And I don't really like this long length. My original one was short like this. You may not have an option. Somebody may have customized this, I don't really know. But I'm going to light it up. I use acetylene and oxygen on this, and it's dirty, but it's good, it's hot. I'm just adding a little bit of oxygen and acetylene at the same time. See how this is yellow? See that flame is very, very yellow? That means it's a reducing flame. It's got lots of gas in it. And as I bring up the oxygen, let's see if I can get this so you can see it very good. You see how it becomes more of a tight, you can see all the little cones in there. That's more of an oxidizing flame. And this can get a whole lot bigger by turning up more. And you can hear it. If you can hear it over my swamp cooler. That's a big hot flame. I have to be careful not to burn something here. But for our purposes today, I'm turning these both down a little bit at a time. You need to get comfortable with your torch so that you can turn things up and down and adjust it on the fly. But for today, if you're going to be using it for fusing and you have this option, I would use a flame that looked like that. Let me zoom in here and show you on a piece of copper, maybe a little bit less orange. And I would bounce the flame off the block onto the piece and then concentrate. Once I got it hot, then I can concentrate over the piece. See how hot that's getting and how quickly. Okay, so that's that kind of torch, and I'm going to turn it off. You turn off the oxygen first and then the acetylene. I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to pause here and change the tips to a regular 6 or 7. Okay, this is a 6, and that's probably about as small as I would use. Let me show you. I just screw that on there like that and make sure it's going in the right direction before you tighten that down. And I'm going to light that one and add the oxygen. My regulators change a little bit for a while until they settle down. They probably need to be rejuvenated at the regulator repair shop, but they work okay. I just have to live with a little bit of a adjustment. Okay, that's probably the flame that I would be using if I were doing this fusing on the argentium. It's bushy, but really pretty hot. It's a lot hotter than the butane can. But if this is what you have, this is what you'll learn to work with. See how they got red hot, and then if this were silver, we'd be fusing at this point in time. But that's what the flame would look like. Not a tight little flame like this. That's too hot and too pinpointy. We want a softer flame, but not a lot of yellow. We don't want yellow in it like that. We want, just bring the oxygen up until we lose that orange. See that orange? and I bring the oxygen up until that orange leaves, and it's now, in the camera it looks, this part looks kind of white. In real life that's more of a light blue cone on the inside there. So I'm going to pause here and switch to a different kind of torch. Okay, I'm back. This is a silversmith torch, and a lot of you have these and you like them. It's acetylene and ambient air that sucks through these little holes right there. I personally don't use this, and I don't feel comfortable with it, so forgive me if I'm a little clungy with it, because I just I don't find it wonderful. But when you're used to it, people can do all kinds of little things. I put a number 1 on there. I have all these tips from tiny to giant, but I don't find them as hot. And anyway, that's just my own personal prejudice. I'm going to light this, or I'll try to light it. Well, I have to fill the hose with gas. I haven't had this in use for a long time, so let's see if okay, like I said, I'm inept. I don't see that you have tons of adjustment with this. That's like max, and that's about ready to go out right there. So for this project, I think I'd use a softer flame like that. Now, if you use this torch all the time, you may find the tip that's best for you for this. I'm not really sure. Maybe you'd like to go with a bigger torch tip and use that. But you see, that's pretty darn hot there. Let me zoom in and show you what I'm doing here. But I think that would work good compared to this guy. You know, compare, let's see if I can do it. I don't think it would be safe for me to do a torch in each hand, so let me turn this off. And compare it with the tip of this one. See how this is bigger? But this is a less hot gas, and that's pretty big. Now that it's warming up a little bit, I can turn it down. The thing about these guys is you can't get them real small and low when they are first cold. They need to heat up a little bit, then you can do that. So you see in comparison about that, that's maybe a little bit small, somewhere in there, something like that, and bounce it around on the edge to get it hot, and then work right over the piece. Oops. These usually don't do that, kind of get big and small like some of them do, but just because I'm filming it, decided to make me look like a fool. Anyway, that's what I have for now. I hope that helps you a little bit. Bye.